Well, it's week 6, and we have no clue which teams are actually good and which teams are bad, except for you. At this point, even the bye week would beat you. Moving on, it is almost Halloween, so if you're in need of a costume, don't worry. A Spirit Halloween is going up in the Jets end zone. Question, can we start with the Eagles game? Okay, sure. We may have been wrong about the tush push. Thank you. Turns out it's a bit of a problem when a quarterback's ass is more valuable than his arm. Luckily for Geno Smith, they're both the same thing. Get Kevin in here. Yes. Kevin, what did I say about lining up in shotgun and running it straight up the middle? To do it more. Look, we will be fine. Really, because you just got beat by Experiment 626. Scattaboo and Dart just saved our entire franchise. Who is stopping these two? A push-pull door. Well, we are going to be fine, okay? Devontae and AJ aren't going anywhere. Yes, Devontae and AJ are staying. They said when they're here, they're home. Unfortunately, Philly players aren't great at throwing to home. New York and Denver, get in here, please. That was the worst thing we've done to England since the War of 1812. Yeah, can we just forget that game ever happened? Look, I know it looked bad. Justin Fields had negative 10 net passing yards. The Queen had more passing yards and she's dead. Well, also, big news. We have our first coach firing. Well, thank you guys. Mike, not you. James Franklin has been fired. The cartoon turtle? James Franklin is getting paid $50 million to not show up, but so is Myles Garrett. Cleveland, just get Kevin in here. Kevin, this is going to be a little test. I'm going to run you through a series of questions, starting with, it is first down. You pass. You don't even know the question. Pass. You have a rookie quarterback your receivers can't catch, and you have Quinshawn Judkins, and you pass 52 times. Actually, 58. He was sacked 6 times. Get out. Guys, we have a problem. Tua is a snitch. Okay. Mike. You are the worst head coach. You will never be a leader. That's not what the kids on Fortnite say. That was some of the worst officiating I've ever seen in my entire life. The refs have now screwed as many people as Stephon Diggs. Andy, what was with the pregame injuries? Anthony Richardson got hit in the eye. Well, good news, he never used those to throw anyway. We have fired Brian Callahan, right when I learned what a catch is. Brian, this is great. Now Cam's going to have to learn a whole new system. What was the current one? Moving on, the Blue Jays are in the ALCS. We actually have a ton of NFL fans in Canada. We know that because that's where Matt Eberflus's secondary is lined up. Matt, why did you have your guys playing 10 yards off on 4th and 3 in case they fake go for it and punt it? Speaking of the Chiefs, get him in here. Also, Brian Branch is sorry. He just mixed up Juju on that beat and beat on that Juju. That was the worst officiated game of the season. That wasn't even the worst officiated game of the week. Sorry, can you guys speak up? It's hard to hear you all the way down there at the bottom. One last thing, the government is still shut down, but no need to panic. Thanks to Joe Brady, we're used to seeing bills not pass.
Coming from not only first in your hearts, but first in the division, this is your week 6 news and notes. Starting off, I know I missed last week, but just to catch up, we did finally hear from all the members in the league, and we had the majority of the votes to stick with our current scoring system with the extra game per week. I did mention it. I don't know if everybody saw it. I just wanted to mention it one more time. At the end of the year, we will reevaluate if this is what we want to continue forward with. Same thing with Sleeper, because we switched over from Yahoo, and at the end of the year, we decided we want to sleep with Sleeper as well. Secondly, this Sunday is the league meetup down in San Diego. I'll be getting there somewhere between 9 and 9:30. Should be a good amount of turnout. I haven't heard anybody that said they're not coming. Here's the address. I'll also put it in the chat for you. And let's jump into our recap. We'll start off with Jake held me down, getting the win over Sky. I needed that to get in first place of the division. Jake not only got the win, but he went off for almost 200 points, beating Sky by 60 something. Jake's got a nasty squad that went crazy this week. Scatterboo went crazy. Hey, Chase went off. I'm hoping old man Flacco revives Higgins too. Jake's gonna be a problem over in that division. Next up, we got Vinny and Cody. That was a close one. Vinny pulled it out, 110, 108. Hey, Pat went off. Saquon struggling. Devontae might pick up for you. This was a tough one. Hey, but props to Vinny getting a dub. I think he's tied for first in this division. Shout out to Vinny. Next up, we got Brandon And Sean went crazy. Also, thanks to you, Sean, for beating Brandon. Also helped me get first in my division, first in the league. Sean's team went off. Jay Daniel, of course. A-Chan went crazy. Higgins went crazy. But yeah, good game all around. I think he got top 3 in points as well. Yeah. But yeah, so props to Sean. Shout out to Brandon for still getting the extra win. Next up, we have Ashley and Joey. Joey was in the tightest race going into Monday night. Hold on to that last extra win for the week. Unfortunately, he just missed it by less than 2 points. But he did still pull out the W to go 1-1 for the week. Bijan does his thing as always. Lad popped off, but hey, good win. But speaking of that team that stole that last extra win, it was Jeff. Jeff put out the win over Quinn, 111 and 109. I was rooting on Quinn. I thought he was going to get this one. But unfortunately, Jeff did what he had to do. Yeah. Up last. I thought I was going to get that hot score of the week. Unfortunately, hey, props to Jake. You were doing the Lord's work and taking down Sky for me. But you see my team. With the exception of Brees, dogs. Everybody just went crazy. Also, last week was the beginning of interdivisional play, where the next 5 weeks you'll get to play the other division, so we get to stop beating up on our own division for a while. So there's a lot of season left. There's 8 weeks left, which means there's 16 wins left. Can go any way. A lot of time to make up ground. Well, not for me. I'm in first. I'm about to start my reign of terror. Coming for that first round bye. The rest of y'all just fighting for the scraps. Here's a look at our standings. The playoff standings. The fight for last playoff standings. For game of the week, I'm going with Vinny and Jeff. Good luck to everybody this week.